Principal Michael McDonough here, and I'm excited to, in this video, share just a few quick updates and a little bit of information as we get ready for the opening of school, which of course, we will welcome all our students back Monday, August 23rd. All secondary high schools in HISD run from 8:30 until 4:10 p.m. So we'll be looking for everybody bright and early. I want to take you through a few things as we get ready to welcome our students in, go through the day, and then kind of exit them out. We're very excited to enter into the new building. This is the next phase. The overall Bel Air project is a phased construction project. Some of the phases have already occurred and have begun and been completed with really very little disruption to the everyday student life and faculty and staff life here on campus. This phase, though, is going to be our toughest, and we've seen it coming for a while, but I'm going to take you through it because we are ready and we do have a good plan. But this is the one that's we're going to be a little cozy, and we're going to have to be flexible as we move forward through the year. Just to give you kind of an update on a few things, as students come to campus, I'll go through the mobility plan here in just a few minutes, but I do want to just offer a few updates, some changes that are in place for this coming school year. In our new building, there are no lockers, so no general lockers for every student. There are a few in our athletic areas for our student athletes, but overall there are no lockers, so students will be expected to carry their books and laptop or have them in a backpack that they can carry from class to class. So I want to make sure everybody knows about that. Additionally, students will be required to have their student IDs this year and visible. That is a process as we get everybody oriented. We have to retake pictures of every student, and we've done a lot of that during our soft opening this week with student check-in, and we've had a terrific turnout. But I did want to let you know that that is something that we'll continue to build upon this year, and we do have a target date within the first 6 weeks to hopefully have that completed, but student IDs will be required as well. And then finally, it's the beginning of the school year, and while we're in a new building and we won't know exactly how the building responds to everything until all the students come back, we do have some plans in place and some suggestions and advice for you as well. One of those primary pieces being that when we hit lunch, and it's our intent to continue with a single lunch period during this year, our cardinal hour, a suggestion that I have for everyone is where possible and when possible is to bring your lunch, at least the first week if you can, maybe even into the second week. Our food service areas, and there are distributed dining throughout campus with some seated areas as well. And they have a great planner food service, but if your child wants to try to avoid some of that stress or that uncertainty, bringing your lunch is a great way to go, or at least some snacks, anything to get you through the day. Every student, we will, of course, have lunch in Cardinal Hour the first day and every day this school year. So where you can, I would encourage you to bring your lunch. That way you're not worried about how do I get lunch, where does it go, all of those different pieces. Now, where can you eat your lunch? Like I said, there are some seated areas around campus that you can make use of. As has been tradition at Bel Air High School for more than 20 years now, you can also eat pretty much anywhere on campus. So you may be grabbing a spot somewhere with some friends, or maybe even using a teacher's classroom. And our teachers are prepared to help with that as well as we make our way, especially through this first week, but ease into exactly how everything will work. But if you bring your lunch and find your spot, find your friends, you're going to be in great shape. I'm going to go ahead and ask that the image of our mobility plan come up now so I can kind of take you through how we'll be moving our students into the building and out of the building once school starts. So starting next week, Monday, you can see hopefully on the screen here, along the southern portion of campus where it says Maple is a one-way street during school hours coming off of South Rice. There is now a traffic light at Maple and South Rice. There's also a traffic light a little north of there, South Rice at Holly. But if you're using the drop-off area right by campus, if that's what you choose to do, to drop your kiddo off, then if you come down Maple, you'll come all the way down past the new building. There is a dedicated driveway for our HISD school buses, and it's only for our school buses. It is not for parents to use as a drop-off lane. That is to the right, and it runs parallel to South Rice and to Ferris. That is for HISD school buses only. But just past that, just before you get to the stop sign at Ferris, there is a drop-off zone, as you can see on the image. So you'll veer to your right. It used to be parking spaces. Your child can exit there. There's a sidewalk that crosses over and a crosswalk to enter into the building. You'll see there are 3 entrances that we've got set up. Entrance 1 and 2 will be off of that dedicated driveway. Again, that's only for our HISD buses, but there is sidewalk and crosswalks to make sure our students safely enter in those doors. For our students coming from the South Rice Holly area, so in the upper right corner, entrance 3, they can follow along a sidewalk there that gets them to entrance 3, and we'll bring them in there as well. So that's how we'll bring our students in. Our commitment is we are able to offer direct supervision of your children, and we'll open the doors no later than 8:15 a.m. each day. Again, school starts at 8:30. So go ahead and make sure that you're adjusting your plans. And I would encourage you, the first week, it's going to be busy. Traffic patterns are new for everyone, not only around Bel Air High School, but across the city. So coming early is a good thing. But we'll have those doors open no later than 8:15. At dismissal, you're going to see all those same entrances that we use. Those are available for exits as well. We'll also have a few other doors where kids will be able to exit safely. One in between spot 1 and 2, and then another one potentially back by side 3. But what I would encourage you is to determine just to avoid some of the traffic, is to either determine a spot to pick up your kiddo, maybe on the back side of campus toward Ferris, or over off of South Rice. If you wait 15 or 20 minutes after school, the traffic is generally cleared out. And so that's not a bad idea either, and you can work with your child on that as well. Of course, our HIC school buses will use the dedicated lane. Our bus riders will jump on the buses there, and they'll come out at the South Rice and Holly exit. But being flexible and being patient as we work all of this out is exactly what we need. So that is what our mobility plan looks like at this time. As I start to wrap up this video, the other piece that I just wanted to make sure that we're all aware of and ask for your help and support with is just that your patience and flexibility. If your kids come home the first day and they say, my third period class is huge, they're probably right. If they say lunch was crowded, they're probably right. If they say that it was hectic in the hallways as everybody was finding their way, they're probably right. Those are true every day, every first day of school here at Bel Air High School. We're a large school with a large campus, and in this case, every student is new to the campus. But what happens over the first few days is kids start to find their ways. We start to see where the high traffic areas are, how we're going to manage those. Kids start to learn different staircases to navigate. They start to find their spot for lunch, whether it's in a classroom or another part of campus, or if they're a junior, senior, and they're going on their home lunch permit. All of those things start to work out. But if you hear those the first day, it's probably accurate, but that's okay. That's part of the process that we do here at Bel Air High School. I pride myself on the flexibility that we have with students and families, and primarily with the schedule. Some schools lock you in. Whatever you choose in April, that's your schedule no matter what. I'm more flexible than that, and I ask my team to do the same. And so sometimes we have to adjust schedules. We have to balance classes, and that takes a few days through the first week and sometimes creeps into the second week. But it's something that I'm committed to because I think it's in the best interest of our students. So I ask for your flexibility with that. If they come home and they're worried about it, tell them that's a normal part of the first day of school, and it's going to get better. Because it will. We've got a plan and we're ready to go. But with that, we are excited, very excited again to enter into this final phase of our project. It's going to be the tough one, but it's the final one. And if we've learned anything over the last year, year and a half, is that we can do hard things. And we're going to be ready for your kids. We're excited about having them back here on campus. Our teachers are very eager to have them back in their rooms, and it's going to be a terrific year. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Appreciate your attention to this. Share it with friends. Thank you very much, and enjoy the day.